Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This time I have a special Christmas present for all of you in that I have my first recorded LoME game, Lords of Middle-earth game. It will be against Vanali. She was kind enough to be my first Java opponent. We decided to make it a ladder game because let's double the stakes, right? And that from nothing to nothing with an asterisk. And yeah, I chose free people and I put out Gimli. I am by no means an expert in this. I've played LoME a few times in real life, but certainly not enough to actually understand the strategy. So I chose Gimli, the Dwarven Lord, Gandalf Narya, and I actually have Boromir, the captain of Gondor, in here, with dreams of separating him to go fight in Gondor after taking a corruption. Regular hobbits, regular Strider, regular Legolas. So let's dive on into it. I begin with Guards of the Citadel and Grey Company. One of those is useful. And she begins with Stormcrow and Grond. So good cards, although not playable early. I guess Stormcrow could be. That's interesting. Okay. She allocates one eye. Rolls no more, and I roll only one movement. So, okay, but no eye from Gandalf, so off to a good start. All right, I use Gandalf to draw Fear Fire Foes. Interesting. Could be good. She draws Shadow on the Misty Mountains. That's very good. I draw Grimbjorn. She musters Isengard to war. And then I pass, and she puts an elite in Isengard. An elite? Oh, excuse me. Saruman in Isengard. That makes way more sense. I play Guards of the Citadel. Okay. And she moves armies in the south and Mordor. I move. Safe. Good. Good. And the Balrog comes in. So that's fun. Interesting. Did we not activate the dwarves? I think that activates the dwarves, right? Or does it just move them down? I certainly don't know. I move the elves again. And she moves armies towards Lorien. Yeah, okay. So far, nothing too crazy, nothing too fanciful. Certainly no, the Balrogs come in and Gandalf has rolled to die, but nothing LoME content, really. She draws Give It to Us and Horde from the East. Yep, those are good. I get Axe and Bow and Red Arrow. Nice. She allocates one eye and no more again. And I get some movement. Okay. Lorien's probably going to be in trouble here. So I go ahead and put them to war. That's funny. I dodged Stormcrow there. I certainly wasn't thinking about that at all. Because she's got the Palantir. She could absolutely have Stormcrowed me. Huh. Well, better lucky than good, right? Why did I not do that? Oh, I didn't do it. I choose to not do that and instead move. Okay, safe. But she doesn't Stormcrow me. Okay, cool. I feel like that would have been categorically good. Maybe she was just being nice to me. Shadow Lengthens is a good card to draw, though. I move again with the Fellowship, and I get hit for a 1 reveal. So I think long and hard about this. I don't want to go into Moria where the Balrog is. I thought this was a fairly safe move, but maybe in retrospect not. I think about it, and I decide that I'm just going to take the high pass. So regardless of whether it was a good decision, it certainly was a decision. So I eat the 1 corruption, and I go over there. And, of course, the Dark Captain, or Chief of the Ringwraiths, excuse me, comes and sits on me, gives me a little bit of company. Moria gets buffed up. I move the elves to war. Yeah, I do think Stormcrow would have been categorically good there. She plays Give It to Us. Okay. And because it's a sword card, she gets Balrog as Kun / Durin's Bane. Ah, jeez. Yep. Okay. I put Axe and Bow into play. Lorien gets threatened, and I spend my last... Oh, yeah. I wait one more time because Sauron's not actually at war. I wait one more turn and put the elite into Lorien. I'm put under siege. The Nazgul all come say hi. And then she attacks Lorien with a character card. I wonder which one it will be. And it's Durin's Bane. Who could have guessed? Yeah, so Fearfire Foes wasn't going to happen at this point. Yeah, if I'd moved safely, I possibly should have considered that even this turn. After I'd moved once, separate a hobbit to go to the Shire. That might have been worth it. I'm a little nervous, though, because I'm down 1 corruption from alternate Boromir and down 2 corruption from alternate Gimli. Maybe. Don't know. I spend it here. Balrog gets 2 hits, so that's unfortunate. And 1 more. Shield Wall doing its thing of making sure they only roll 1 hit in the first place. I get 1 back. Okay, press. Okay, yep. Card, no card. There's Stormcrow / Great Host, which is going to hit. Especially once you hit 3 times, I get 2 back. But Lorien, I say, what was that sound? It was Lorien. Was it Lorien falling with a splat? I think it was. No Galadriel for me. She draws Palantir and Rage of the Dunlendings. So, yeah, great cards for her. I say not until I retake Lorien with the dwarves. Yeah, that'll happen. Or will it? I get You Know the Way there and King Brandsman. Always happy to see King Brand. Especially with that new Kings of Middle-earth expansion coming out, right? Fun to get some content of that as soon as it's available. She allocates 1 eye, gets 1 more. So at this point in the game, I'm thinking, why am I even playing Lords? This is basically just a regular game where she allocates 1 eye and rolls all armies and just defeats Lorien and get a little grumpy. I hide before anything weird can happen. Gothmog comes out with his die. Interesting. Oh, yeah, because the Balrog has rolled a star already. Does that go away? You can tell I know LoME very well. I thought that didn't go away till you have the Dark Captain. Or is it just either version? Anyway, moving on. Gandalf plays King's Brandsman, but doesn't redraw because he's boring. And I get Kindred from the redraw on King Brandsman. She plays Palantir and draws into Foul Thing. I immediately burn Gandalf's Elven Ring to get Palantir out of there. She has 2 more Palantirs showing. She's already cycling on me. I don't need that nonsense. Lorien starts going towards Rohan, and Morannon exits. At this point, I'm fairly confident with that move to Parth Celebrant that Morannon is not going to the north, especially with the elves at war and King Brandsman already played. It's coming to Rohan Gondor. We're going to play a game in the south. And with Gimli up in Erebor. So I guess maybe he did his job. I move once, I get hit, and it's a 1 reveal, so Axe and Bow is efficient, but I don't get to move much. Eastemnet and Umbar. Okay. And Rohan woke up. Yep. The Balrog die lets them take Westemnet. And yeah, I can't use the muster die to make any armies, and I'm not going to manually move Rohan down. So I'm just going to let her do it. She uses Narya to take HD, or attack HD. Yep. Yep. Then musters Southrons and Easterlings. I put Gondor 1 more down to war. Because I figure, yeah, Umbar is looking a little scary. Gondor is going to need to come to play at some point, and she draws Pits of Mordor. So drawing up to 6, was none of these a valid card or a card you wanted to play? Yeah, I guess not. You didn't want to draw Foul Thing? Foul Thing seems good. Maybe you're worried I'll kill Gandalf efficiently? Interesting. Okay. We get our dice back, and the Balrog die goes away. It all showing all right? Yep, looks like it's recording okay. Okay. She gets Nazgul Search, so that the Fellowship is in Sad Town, and the Shadow is moving. So, okay. I get Elven Cloaks and Faramir's Rangers. What card should I discard? Kindred, maybe? Grey Company. Probably Grey Company. She kills Nazgul Search. You like all the other ones more. Interesting. And I kill Grey Company, and she kills Rage of the Dunlendings. Wow. Just too many good cards. Happens. All right. She allocates 1 eye and rolls no more? But then Gothmog's die goes there immediately. Okay. Well, goodbye to the lesser minion dice, I guess. Gandalf's doing great. Gandalf's doing just fine. I hide immediately to prevent shenaniganery. HD gets tacked. No card either side. She gets the hit. Boom. Helm's Deep falls with a splat of its own. And I do remember now, I was absolutely like, why did I make this a ladder game? This is stupid. And especially after my previous video where I told people to keep their chin up, I don't know, I was just kind of not feeling it right now. She asks if I want to visit venting. No, not for me. I appreciate the joke, though. But Rohan's to war now, so let's start having fun there. So I get a regular in Edoras and a regular in Fold. Fords gets attacked, but I have a scout. Haha. So I play a scout. I play a card, she plays a card, and it's Swarm of Bats on my scouts, my Grimbjorn scouts. I obviously save Red Arrow scouts, because that's the one I might actually play as a recruit. I can't yet, but okay. And she gets the 2 hits, so I don't even get to run away into Druith Ire or Gap of Rohan and be silly, be disruptive. But I get 2 back, so that's nice. And she had actually attacked from Helm's Deep. That makes sense, because then you're going to move out from Isengard to the Fords and come at me with 1 stack. So kind of saves a half move there. That's good. I say my win will be all the more impressive at this point. And I think you'll agree that my win will be more impressive at this point. I move with the Fellowship. I'm safe. Cool. Yep. Empty Isengard. The army comes for me, and yep, Gondor, as expected, is under attack. I recruit an elite into Edoras. I choose to not play Red Arrow, because scouts. And the extra leader wouldn't make that much of a difference if I get hit, which I do. So she chooses a card, I choose this card, and I get to scouts away from desperate battle. So now she has no more attacks. Maybe she has a Palantir attack, but I'm willing to take that risk. And either way, now I have a stack of 5 guys, a fairly nice stack in fold. Maybe I get one more recruit before I have to fight a delaying action into Gondor. And I mentioned paths. Who needs paths of the Woes when you can walk there? All right. We mentioned that you cannot use Elven Rings on the Keeper dice. Because otherwise I would have turned it into something that wasn't a card draw. I hadn't known that rule. So anyway, I just use it for card draw. I get Círdan's ships. Yep, that's actually quite nice. So we'll take that. Southrons come to war. A New Powers Rising gets drawn a little late and gets played. So Saruman is protected from any int shenanigans. And you've already tossed Rage, but I don't know that. And yeah, this is a good stack. 6 regulars can go do some stuff in the Shire, or maybe even Grey Havens. She mentions, did I top deck a New Power Rising right after leaving Orthanc? Yes. All is right in the world. All right, Gothmogdai goes away. She draws into Wormtongue. Yeah, that's going to be helpful. And Hiltros, that will actually be helpful. I draw Wind from the West with nothing on the board. I have watched enough of Rompsteel and the others' videos to know that that will be quite nice. And Celeborn's. Celeborn's is a daylight, so that's good. I throw away Elven Cloaks. I like Kindred of Glorfindel, and you know the way there better than Elven Cloaks. Interesting. Interesting indeed. She allocates 1 eye and finally rolls some more eyes. Not that, that helped me in any way. I should have declared it Karok too. Whoops. Oh well. And I roll. Decent roll. She mentions that I can crown Aragorn this turn. True. But I am suspicious of Day Without Dawn. She doesn't have it. But she's a good way through the deck. We talk about my options. And I use an Elven Ring to play Faramir's. Interesting. All the things I can do, and that's what I choose to do first. Interesting. All right. It's a good idea. So I get 2 hits. So Faramir is showing his metal. Shadow lengthens. Ooh, emptying Orthanc again on a turn where I might get Gandalf. Risky. And moves from Gorgoroth to to North Ithilien effectively. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I move the Fellowship. I get hit for 1 corruption. And I just take it. I refuse to kill Gandalf to that 1. Is that a good idea? Probably not. Edoras gets attacked, and she says, fold, sorry. And I say, no, you're attacking Edoras. You fight yourself. No card versus my Daylight. So Celeborn's Daylight means that I only get hit twice and give 1 back. Retreat to Druidin. I move again. Hopefully I kill Gandalf this time. Get hit twice. A 2 reveal. Yeah, now I kill Gandalf. Okay, that's good. Still have my will and apparently no Day Without Dawn. So I could have crowned. Interesting. The regulars from Edoras join into the fun, and Minas Morgul. Really? That's an interesting move. I wouldn't have... I would have strongly considered South Rune to Ash Mountains instead of Gorgoroth. You don't really need the one extra regular. 4 more hit points being one step closer. I don't know. That strikes me as better. I get Gandalf, Threaten Cements. Not that I have them. Druidin gets attacked. I end up playing Advantageous Kindred. Yep, that's good. And maybe that's why I kept those kind of cards, because I knew I was going to be doing a retreating action here. That makes sense. I still get hit twice? No, 4. Yeah, just twice. Never mind. Advantageous is only on the combat roll, so I still get hit 4 times. Ugh. And none back. I retreat, and she says, "Who says I was pressing?" Just kidding. Okay. I do retreat to Osgiliath. So that one Rohan man is in Osgiliath now. And, yep. I muster... The Gondor is still not at war, so I muster in Elrond partially... Yeah. Because then I'll get a Keeper die next round since Gandalf's dead. And Galadriel is unavailable. And, Gondor was activated by Druidin being entered, so I could have mustered Gondor to war, and I think we talked about that. She gets an elite to protect against Ents. She says you can change it to Gondor going to war if you want, and I choose not to, because then I propose her last turn would be to Galadriel ring into Minas Tirith, and it would have been nothing anyway, so I choose to not do it. Narya die goes away. She gets the lore of the Elven Rings, or Fear of Their Masters. And there's Day Without Dawn. I get Gwaihir and Help Unlooked For. What time for Help Unlooked For, right? She allocates 1 eye, rolls 1 more. So we're chugging along, and again, I'm still kind of, grumbly in my head. This game, I'm closer to Mordor, but Gondor's in serious trouble. I roll this roll. Bad Elrond. Bad. Welcome to LoME. Yep, that's my understanding of how LoME works. So I play a card. What card do I play? Oh, yeah, Wind from the West. Let's see what's in their hand. So Venali shows. Given those 6 cards, which one would you discard? Think about it. Question your life. Yeah, it's Day Without Dawn. Save my 2 action dice and know that it's gone. There's some good cards there, but that's the one I kill. All right. She attacks Osgiliath from Druidin. And from Druidin, not from North Ithilien. Surely North Ithilien's the choice, right? But from Druidin, I guess you want the rerolls? I mean, okay. It puts Gondor to war. And she says, I don't want to see Help Unlooked For. She plays Hill Trolls. Ooh, a forward mustering card. When you know you're going to be hitting an at-war Gondor. Interesting. And she gets 0. And I get 1 back, so, Post gets another 1. So, yeah. So 2 hits total. She presses. I think about going to Minas Tirith, but of course I have Help Unlooked For, and I'm wanting to be squirrely. So I go to Lossarnach. And then I muster a regular in Lossarnach and a leader in Minas Tirith. make Minas Tirith nice and juicy. And she takes MT, or puts MT under siege. So I immediately help unlooked for. Of course. I believe this is called help looked for. So we no card. I end up actually not hitting at all. She doesn't. I press. And now Minas Tirith is a very giant stack. So that's fun. The Witch King comes in to play. The Witch King moves here, rather, along with Gothmog. Some Nazgul move over there. None on top of the Fellowship, really. Interesting. All right. Well, so then I split off. We're going to go with this as Faramir, because he was in Osgiliath to Losarnach. So Faramir moves to Druiden Forest with the one Rohan guy. He's going to go retake Rohan and be a giant pill. And with my other movement, I moved North Downs to Buckland. I didn't have much else to do. That Isengard regular pool looks like it might come to the Shire someday. So that's what I do with that. An Elven Ring gets used to attack Druiden. Yep. Card versus no card. Fear of their masters. I say, come on. She gets 3 hits. Come on, 6s. I get 2 hits. So 3 versus 4 hits. And she stops. She doesn't press. So Faramir and that one Rohan guy still doing their thing. And I use my will to reinforce the Shire and go take Fold. So now I can be... I gave up moving or hiding this round to reinvigorate Rohan, get access to their units. I think that was worth it. It certainly was the most fun play. And at this point, I'm still quite certain I'm losing, but I'm certain I'm having fun. Orc Patrol gets drawn. Isengard Elite, yep. You're going to need to go retake Rohan, so... And then Orc Patrol gets played for an eye. How likely was that? That was pretty unlikely. That was extremely unlikely. 3 out of 14. Whew. Although a Smeagol tile would have done just as much. But hurt less. In your soul. She draws dreadful spells as we move into turn 6. And threats and promises. Okay. Yep, that's a devilry. And you've got Orthanc down here. Vilya goes away. And I draw Smeagol helps Nice Master. And through a day and a night, I don't have any companions anywhere that matters. So that probably won't matter. 1 eye is allocated, and 3 more are rolled. So that's helpful for Gondor and Rohan. And then there's no mouth, so this muster isn't an attack. This Palantir isn't an attack unless it's used as Grond. So, okay. So I go ahead and use that muster immediately. I only roll 1. And I know Day Without Dawn is gone, so I don't have to use the will. And I move a regular reinforcement to Fold and a regular to Dol Amroth, because I'm certain I don't actually need to make a... Rohan's going to get redefeated at some point, and she's going to bring a big enough force to make sure it really happens. So, I don't know. Maybe this was an error, but I don't think so. I think getting some guys into Dol Amroth while I have a chance, and she's halfway through the strategy deck, so I would expect Umbar to be any day now. I don't know. That's what I do. Druiden and Osgiliath, moving to come and get me. I actually use the character die to go to Westimnet because I just to waste her time. Suddenly all the Nazgul go to Helm's Deep, so I can't take it, was my thought at the time, or at least it looks a little less juicy. And at this point I've decided I'm having fun, I'm being squirrely. I really am not winning though, and I need to not throw away my chances at the Fellowship doing something. I have a fairly healthy Fellowship yet. Strider's still in the lead. So I hide the Fellowship, and the Rohan army is just going to sit and see what happens. But then Dreadful Spells is played and gets 3 hits. So poof, no more Faramir or Rohan armies. And I could use this will to muster up again, but I think the threat of mustering up means they're going to get moved into just as much, and the armies there were going to be sufficient to take it anyway, so I just use it to move. And I'm safe. Okay. 2 armies move there, and actually only elites are left in Druiden, so a whole elite has to go take Fold again, and Rohan is very dead this time. Okay. I use my Palantir to play Smeagol. Yeah. Okay. I'm, hopeful, but seems good. And the Black Captain comes out. Okay. Everybody else activates. Cool. We go into turn 7. So now it's a how long can Gondor hold versus how fast can Frodo run game. On They Went gets drawn. Good time for it. Monsters Roused is probably not as useful, but, you've mustered Isengard some. It's not crazy to take Rivendell. What's my elf force pool look like? Pretty good. 3 elites and a regular left. All right. I get my dice. I get an Ents. Finally. After Rohan died. And Wisdom of Elrond. Okay, Confusion could be good. 1 eye gets allocated. 2 more rolled. And I get plenty of movement, so I could make Mordor. And she points out that I could crown Aragorn, which is very true. But there's enough armies here that I choose to not do that. But so I move first, and I'm safe. Okay, the elite comes back, and Osgiliath consolidates with Druiden to make 1 big stack for attacking. Okay, that kind of makes sense. But then I say this works too, and Gwaihir comes out and carries Legolas and Boromir all the way to Minas Tirith. So, yep. And this, as I said, this is Boromir Captain General, but at this point it doesn't end up making a difference. Gondor's already at war, so, and he's in Gondor region, so he'll still. She says no Strider. Yeah, I choose to not. I think he would just die. Minas Tirith gets put under siege. I use a will to move. Get hit with a 2. I just take the corruption because I figure I need Strider for the hiding at this point. Grond gets played for the battle effect, and I get to play a card because I have companions there. So I play a Confusion into Devilry, and Confusion doesn't hit. Shucks. But only 1 hit, so that's good. 3 hits back. I'll take a 1 to 3. Round 2 and draw. She draws King is revealed, but I didn't crown Aragorn. Ha! That'll show you. Round 2. There goes Monsters Roused, so no shenanigans in the north. And these are my only companions in useful places. So, because Gimli, gonna march on Dol Guldur? Could go retake Moria with the Balrog there. That'd be fun for lore reasons. Anyway, another Confusion. This one hits twice, so that's pretty good. So I do a total of 5 hits with that confusion. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Round 3, here we go. I'm out of useful cards though. I think Blade is just hobbits, right? Yeah. Maybe I should have brought a hobbit just for the Blade of Westerness. That would have been fun. But I was pretty sure this place is gonna die. Oh look, a Deadly Strife. And 4 hits is all you need. But at least I get my 5 back. So the Witch King's army is absolutely decimated. This is not enough to take the rest of Gondor, even with Umbar. Unless Umbar jumps straight to Dol Amroth, it might not be enough to take Gondor. So, bought me time. Gondor, Minas Tirith did pretty good, and I'm glad there was no Strider, because she mentions Anduril or Heroic Death, but I didn't have either of those. So I move again, I get hit a 3, and I say, speaking of no Strider, I'm not going to be that inefficient, especially with a 4th move. And she doesn't have any Palantirs, Rings, or Sea dice, so she can't play Cruel Weather even if she has it. So Strider gets me all the way to Mordor that turn. Pretty important, pretty good. Minas Tirith doesn't need to be protected because there is no Path of the Woses, which is really quite sad, but yep. I put a Gondor regular in Pelargir and Lamadon. I'm going to make her spend attack dice the whole way there. Pel gets attacked. I have no card. The Relentless Assault is just for cycling. 2 hits. And I get 1 back. So at least I get 1 back. Okay. How can Dol Amroth hold? I would have loved to I mentioned here I would have loved to retreat to Osgiliath and retake a Minas Tirith. That would have been very much fun. Isengard musters, so that tells me that the last 2 points are not going to be Dol Amroth. They're going to be probably Rivendell, but maybe Grey Havens, which is scary. We recover dice. Worn with Sauron Toil gets drawn, so that's not going to be helpful. But fighting Uruk-hai, the Uruk-hai have come all the way to the south, so that's good. I get 3 rings for Elven Kings. Get those special abilities back, or the rings themselves back. And Riders of Theoden is less helpful, but a Daylight's good. And I get into Mordor, so it's going to take 2, maybe 3 rounds to get up the mountain. It's going to be rough. The pool's pretty good, though. The pool is not bad. Smeagol could still happen. Yep. All right. 1 eye gets allocated, and 2 more get rolled. And I get a not very good movement roll. That's unfortunate. I put an elite in Dol Amroth. I gotta make this at least spicy. And she gives up on drawing Corsairs, which obviously you have to at this point if you're going to take Dol Amroth at all. I would have been severely tempted to go make my play in the north at this point. Interesting. All right. Oh, and she does. No, the northeast. Maybe do 2 cities. I move with my 1 movement and get a 2 reveal, so goodbye hobbits. And Gollum comes in, or a Smeagol comes in, skipping straight across. Yeah, Gollum. Yeah, Gollum comes in. And I recover the die using Elrond, so I get to move again this round. And because of Gollum, I don't have to reveal to the 2. Southrons join up for a Rainbow Army in the south, and Southrons threaten Dale. Yep, or the Easterlings threaten Dale. I move again because I figure I this is my chance. I got to move up the mountain as fast as possible. I draw a 3. I'm at 4 corruption, step 2. I don't think I have time. So I just take the 3. I think I got to move fast. If I can, I will hold out this round, but that means I got to make 3 moves with no Elven rings, although I do have 3 rings for the Elven Kings, which assumably I'll play this round. I have Círdan's ships to make Dol Amroth very likely hold. Lamedon gets attacked. Card versus no card. She's just cycling for red tiles. Okay. Draws into Morgul Wound, that's pretty good. I muster again. I get a Gondor Elite into Dol Amroth. I'm saving Círdan's ships for when I'm under siege, I guess. Dol Amroth gets put under siege. And, yep. I'm not allowed to have 6 guys there. Whoops. Okay. Now the question is whether Círdan's was going to show up. I think about this for a very long time. Yep. And I end up doing it. So Gondor has a 1/4, so I have 9 hit points to his 12 and only 4 rerolls. Obviously the Nazgul can come in for one C die, but it's probably not falling this round, which is what's really important, and all the Nazgul do show up. So I then play 3 rings, and I get both of the used ones back, so that's good. So I'll have at least 1 move next round, and I have a much better chance at my necessary 3. So I think that was a good play. Fighting Urug-hai gets played against Dol Amroth, though, so oof, okay, round 1. Mumakil. 1 hit versus 3, so no Mumakil. Is there actually? Yeah, there is a Mumakil here. Cool. Round 2. Draws into Swarm of Bats. Good. Card versus card. It's Swarm of Bats versus Daylight. Yeah, and I thought about that. I was thinking maybe I should have saved it. Getting your Daylight Swarm of Bats is annoying, but it saved 2 hits, so that's about what you were going to expect a Daylight to do anyway. So 0 versus 2. We go into round 3, and they are terrible versus no card. So 3 versus 3. So Dol Amroth holds, and actually holds fairly convincingly. It's now 5 hit points to 4 in my favor. I offer her to press, but she declines. Round 10, I get my shot. She draws into a Zeraldor's Bane. That's not what I want to see. And return to Valinor. So a Deadly Strife somewhere is going to be very sad. I get Safe Paths in the Dark. It's a heal 1 corruption. Yay. And every little is a gain. It's maybe a hair late there. She rolls 2 more eyes in addition to the one she put in, and I get 3 movement plus my Elven Ring. So I have quote unquote 4 movement and a Safe Paths in the Dark play for a 1 corruption heal. So I'm sort of at 6 corruption, 4 moves against this hunt pool. It's certainly possible. And at this point, I'm thinking, yeah, this is good. I'm glad I made this a ladder game. My mind has completely changed. I mean, I still think I'm the underdog here, but I think it's a fun game at least, as opposed to the just get rolled that it was happening earlier. I think about a sortie very hard. I have 1 extra dice. It can be the muster, the hybrid if I want. and I could sortie. But I don't have. I could play Shield Wall to prevent some hits coming in, but I don't have anything to make it more likely that I hit. And I'd have to get 4 hits on 5 dice, no rerolls. It didn't seem likely. Moving seemed categorically a good move, so I do that. I hit an eye. Yeah. And I am reminded that Galadriel has to be in play, not just her ring. And I actually just take the 3. Yeah, because I have to, because it's an eye. Yeah, that makes my chances a lot less likely, and Morgul wound even more so. Ugh. I hide with a will. I intend to hide. I just click the wrong button there. Okay. On they went, gets put in the pool. I Palantir to get the 1 corruption from Morgul wound back off. And then Isildur's Bane gets played. For an eye. So that was unlikely. 3 out of 11. Poor Vanelli. Yeah, you had to try for the kill. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you've got enough attacks that you can make. Oh, man. I don't know. You don't have enough. The Palantir wasn't going to be useful anyway, so for an attack. Okay. Armies move. I think about moving here. We think about it. So right now, what kills me? Should I be moving right now? She does not have enough movement to win. Unless Dol Amroth attacks and rolls the nuttiest of rolls. The hybrid can get Lamedon, an army to Lamedon in South Ered Luin or Old Forest, or can take Dale, but she categorically does not have enough dice to win here. So I think that makes the decision right there. But even if it doesn't, okay, what happens right now if I move? The eyes and the reds effectively kill me. The red 1 technically doesn't, but it effectively kills me. The 3 kills me. The 2 doesn't, but it makes me reveal, which puts me in danger of some other stuff. She has an Elven Ring, so she can make, if she has another corrupting card, although she has only a strategy card, so I guess the 2 is quote-unquote safe. Only 4 of the tiles, 5 of the tiles, if you count the 2, are good. Yeah. So I go ahead and draw a character card, and I get Mithril Coat and Sting, which is exactly what you want to see in this scenario. Bilbo's song wouldn't hurt my feelings either. Yep, so armies move. I think about it. I ask if I can bring Galadriel into Grey Havens. So instead, I get an elite in Grey Havens because the North's not at war, so I can't muster in the Shire or Dale. Yeah, I don't want to vacate Woodland Realm to defend defend Dale. Maybe that would have been worth it. Maybe just put the elite over there. Maybe with the leader. It kind of doesn't matter. I don't think. Either she's going to have enough dice to take it, and Dol Amroth's really the thing that's going to fall anyway. She gets in the mouth. Yep. So we draw cards. She gets Shelob. Certainly far enough in your deck to hope for a 3rd red tile, but still. Return of the Witch King is not going to happen, but Swarm of Bats is nice. Turn 11. Here we go. I get Challenge of the King and Power Too Great. Power Too Great won't be helpful, but, no quarter theoretically could be. Maybe. I doubt it. All right, 1 eye allocated. 1 more roll. This is going to be the last round, I'm quite certain. I get the movements. I begin by playing Mithril Coat and Sting. Yep. That's got to be your first play. Too many hunt dice hunt draws kill me. Even the eyes still kill me. She rolled one more. So she, of course, puts in the red tile. Boo. I move. And I get an eye. Okay, it's fine. This is why we have Mithril Coat and Sting. We redraw into the 3. So Frodo corrupts horribly on the 4th step of Mount Doom. So close. If that had been the 0 reveal, the 1s, I had a not a completely unreasonable shot at victory. It was something in the like 10, 15, maybe 20% shot. I'd basically have to hit a 4 out of 10, then a 3 out of 10. So somewhere in the 10% range. But anyway, I thought it was a fun game. Obviously, LoME has some fun aspects to it. I do intend to come back to it at some point. Although I haven't worn my enjoyment of base out so much that I'm going to be LoME exclusive or anything like that. We'll see when Kings come out how much I enjoy that, and someday I'll play more Warriors of Middle Earth. But for now, I'm mostly going to be base and probably Kings. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you, Vinali, for an excellent game and for helping curate some of the rules as I become more familiar with them. I guess we could do a quick view of statistics. Pretty straightforward, pretty average across the board there. Nothing too fancy. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you have an excellent holiday season and Merry Christmas. Bye.